Afterward, on Wednesday Days of Our Lives episode, Days spoilers say Leo will get a familiar face on the phone. It turns out Leo will call an old pal. So could it be Gwen Rischek that he reaches out to? Maybe this could be Leo's chance to get his friendship with Gwen back on track. So we'll bring you updates whether she's on the other end of the line and how she might respond. At the Salem PD, Jada Hunter will await answers from Bobby, who just admitted he's indeed Bobby and not Everett. Bobby finally acted like he was ready to tell Jada the truth about who attacked Lee Shin and Rafe. But something may ultimately stop him. It's possible Bobby will fake another identity shift, or maybe he could experience one for real this time. Either way, Bobby may end up admitting he doesn't feel well before heading back to his room. While Jada and Stephanie Johnson compare notes again, Connie will try to butter up Kristen at the office. Days spoilers suggest Connie will also make Ava squirt within the next episode or two, so it'll be interesting to see if she finds out Ava's hookup secret. Until then, we know Connie will try to claim another victim, and it looks like it'll be Bobby Akkad Everett. Connie kept mentioning that free latte that she brought over, so did she drug it? Bobby might have gulped it down off-screen, or maybe he'll still end up drinking it soon enough. Either way, that would explain why Everett looks seriously ill and close to death in Days of Our Lives weekly preview video. Connie typed something on Everett's computer to go along with the incriminating gloves she's planting, so it's possible there will be a bogus confession or something along those lines. Connie's goal may be to frame Everett and perhaps overdose him to make it look like he took his own life. Regardless, Days of Our Lives spoilers say Connie will make an even bigger mess, so stick with us for more predictions on all the chaotic news ahead. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Chad and Jack's Poplar Bluff rescue. Everett's fate. Connie taunts Ava. Days of Our Lives spoilers for August 1 reveal that there will be good news and bad news about the search for Abigail Dimera. Although Chad Dimera and Jack Deveraux still won't be able to tell if it's really Abigail in the enhanced video, they'll find another clue that could help them. It turns out there will be a hint related to the room in the footage, so that'll somehow lead Jack and Chad to Poplar Bluff. Once Chad and Jack take the Dimera jet to Clyde Weston's old hometown, they'll eventually find an abandoned apartment complex. There will be a locked door and a commotion behind it, so Jack and Chad will burst inside hoping for answers. However, it doesn't look like it'll be the mystery woman, Anna Lynn McCord, from the video waiting on the other side. Days spoilers suggest Chad and Jack will rescue someone else who's familiar, so who could it be? Could someone like Laura Horton be alive and in captivity in another shocking twist? Another option might be Gwen Rischek, now that her name's been coming up again. Leo Stark just had a phone call with an off-screen Gwen, but could that have been faked with AI while the real Gwen's locked up in Poplar Bluff? Whatever the case, Days of Our Lives fans can expect a stunning Friday cliffhanger moment for Jack and Chad, which will spill over into Monday's episode as well. In the meantime, Days spoilers say Stefan DiMera will deal with some discomfort as Gabby Herandez. Dimera grills him about Ava Vitail during their anniversary celebration. Ava will also grow concerned about Connie Viniski, who'll find ways to mess with her now that she knows Ava and Stefan's secret. Connie may not come right out and confess what she's privy to, but Ava may ultimately fear she's a massive threat anyway, although Connie plans on using her newfound knowledge to target Stefan and Gabby. She's already done far worse to Everett Lynch aka Robert Bobby Stang. Connie staged a drug overdose for Bobby, who barely has a pulse now that Stephanie Johnson and Jada Hunter have found him. Days spoilers say Everett will resurface briefly to share how hard he fought to come back to Stephanie, so she'll cry as he starts to fade away. It appears Everett may be a goner, so we'll bring you more predictions on Connie's reign of terror and how long it'll take her to get caught. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Connie is bound to make some mistakes sooner or later, so stay tuned for updates on any blunders that might be brewing. Rafe's awakening. Heard Connie's confession during coma? Spoilers reveal that Connie Viniski was busted in Rafe Hernandez's hospital room. When Gabby Herandez DiMera confronted Connie, the crazed villain gave a cover story. Gabby didn't believe it, but mistakenly decided to give Connie a shot. However, Connie has a terrible habit of talking out loud in public places, like many soap characters. It's possible that even though Rafe is in a coma, he couldn't have heard and remembered that information when waking up. Rafe Herandez's stabbing. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Robert Bobby Stain, aka Everett Lynch, and Connie made a deal. Connie visited Bobby in Bayview, who witnessed her sobbing in the park after Lai Shen's death. Connie told Bobby that she would make sure Rafe was out of his way. Bobby probably didn't expect Connie to accomplish anything, or she would get caught trying. Bobby was thrown when Connie not only dealt with Rafe, but nearly killed him. Thankfully, Gabby pointed Jada Hunter in the right direction. Due to Gabby's pointer, Jada was able to call 911 before Rafe died on the spot. However, that means Rafe is now comatose. Lee Shin's ghost instigates. Over with Lee's old apartment, Connie goes to visit the ghost of her victim. During a recent episode, Connie visited with Lai once again. Lee tried to rattle Connie a bit by telling her that she will get busted for stabbing Rafe. While Connie reasoned that nobody saw her, not even Rafe, she is beginning to get worried. Connie Viniski's confession. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Connie went to Rafe's hospital room to finish the job. However, Connie was interrupted by Gabby. At first, Gabby blasted Connie and figured she was a super stalker. However, in the end, Gabby looked at Connie's resume and was impressed. I doubt Gabby was able to verify any information, so Connie probably lied on her resume. Going back to Rafe's coma. When Gabby was alone with her brother, she hoped he could hear her. Many times in soaps, comatose victims hear their visitors. Now keeping that in mind, Connie also started talking out loud in the hospital room. While there was no indication that Rafe heard Connie's words, there is also reason to believe he did. Post-coma bombshell. What if Rafe suddenly wakes up from his coma and recalls every word Connie said? Rafe might not be able to pick Connie out of a lineup, but probably would recognize her voice. It has that special, shrilly, and whiny quality about it. All joking aside, by the time Rafe is able to name his attacker, will Connie's claws already be too deep in Gabby's business? Perhaps after Rafe's attack, but before he wakes up, Connie gets some kind of help. If Connie is redeemed when Rafe wakes up, then will she still go to prison? Maybe by that time, Connie and Gabby are actually friends. The conflict could tear Gabby and Rafe's dynamic apart, so stay tuned. Will Belle's return mend EJ's broken heart? Reunion brewing with Sami's sister? Spoilers reveal, so it's good that they'll be there to give Bill Hayes a send-off he deserves. However, it looks like Belle may have a longer stint than Sean in her future. Although Sean and Belle were hoping to fix their marriage following Sean's time in rehab, things may not have worked out the way they were hoping. If that's the case, the door could be open for Belle to move on with someone else. Could Bill and EJ DiMera reunite for a real chance at love? EJ was just a fling for Belle the last time they got together, but maybe they could make it work as a solid days couple next time around. Now that EJ is single again, he'll no doubt wallow in his angry misery for a while. EJ thought he could live happily ever after with Nicole Walker, so he'll have to find a way past that loss now that his life with her is gone. Could Belle be the one to pick up the pieces of EJ's broken heart down the road? Maybe EJ could even do the same for Belle if she has to get over her failed marriage to Sean. EJ and Belle arguably had some chemistry that Days might want to use to their advantage once more. The fact that Belle is Sami Brady's sister always made the idea of her romance with EJ extra soapy. There was a time when EJ and Sami considered each other the loves of their lives, but EJ could never truly make it work with her either. Nevertheless, EJ's going to need someone he can move forward with at some point, so it might as well be Belle. Perhaps Belle could bring out the best in EJ and finally give him some stability. Our Days predictions hint that EJ will spin out in some wild ways in the coming months, but could he settle down enough for a new chapter with Belle somewhere down the line? Days of Our Lives spoilers say some love life shakeups are on the horizon in Salem, so stay tuned for updates on any major romantic news.